Welcome back. Here's the team we created in the previous episode. So all the moves, all the Pokemon, all the items. I did make some slight changes to the stats, mainly Rotom's, into more stats into hit points. I went for a modest nature, and Garchomp went for an adamant nature with a bit of a different speed profile. But other than that, team's pretty much there. So we'll, on the doubles ranked ladder, we will begin matchmaking and see who we get paired up against. I'm keen to see some of the synergy that's calculated by the algorithm, but we'll see who we're up against. Right, so we got Whimsicott, Aerodactyl. Only one of those can have a Focus Sash, and maybe Mega. Alright, so we'll go with our Tinkerton Pidgeot lead. They've got a Garchomp, and the reason invest a bit more speed, try and beat that Basculegion and other Garchomps. But they've got Floette, and that's probably also their Mega. And they've got Rotom. Are they bringing Rotom? Probably not. Maybe. You never really know, but we're definitely going to bring Decidueye. He's going to be a good counter for Rotom and their King Gambit. Do we bring our own against their Garchomp? No, we're just going to go another Garchomp, I think. Let's give that a go. Yeah, Rotom not overly going to be useful here, and Ceruledge just gets absolutely destroyed by everything under the sun. Rock, ground, dark, and water. So Ceruledge isn't going to be having a good matchup in this encounter. Alright, we're in. Let's see what they decided to lead with. I always like to cover Whimsicott with Prankster. It's typical turn 1, but we get Aerodactyl and Rotom. That's alright. We've got our Tinkerton and Pidgeot. So they could Lightning Bolt from Rotom. Aerodactyl most likely always goes for some sort of Tailwind, so let's try break the Sash maybe if it's not Mega, and we'll set up Tailwind. I mean, they're threatening Lightning Bolt, Water. Okay, so unless they're not invested in speed, Pidgeot will Mega Evolve first. So yeah, likely going to be Sash, so the Protect stops the Fake Out. And we'll see what Rotom does in response. Alright, so we get a Tailwind up, Fake Wind into Protect, and Rotom just straight Lightning Bolts. We live on 10. That's good. So now Tinkerton would be faster than Aerodactyl. We can use our Newton Hammer, but it's going to be Sash, so they're going to be able to set up their own Tailwind, unless I chuck in a Heat Wave and sacrifice Pidgeot. Or they just withdraw Aerodactyl, send out Garchomp. So this would still do a bit of damage. Not terrible. The Rough Skin might help. No Rough Skin. So Sandvale. Alright. Get the burn on Rotom. Sick. Doesn't do much physical damage, but it's there. Alright, well, it stopped Thunderbolting. I went for a Will-O-Wisp on Tinkerton. It's going to muck it up a little bit, but I've still got my own Garchomp in the back, and Decidueye. So that'll cover off their current what's out in the field. In that case, we might switch out into Decidueye and Pidgeot will die eventually, but we can get rid of the Garchomp. See if it's Scarfed. We should be faster than it. And we're under Tailwind at the moment. Decidueye comes out. Yeah, this should pick up the KO. 110 Hurricane. And it gets rid of the Garchomp, which allows my Garchomp to get out there. This switch with the Tinkerton allows us to bring Tinkerton back in to fake out potentially Aerodactyl again, who's now likely going to be returning. And we can also now put pressure on Rotom. So they bring out Aerodactyl, which won't be great for them. They'll be protecting again. Since Tailwind's up, I don't really need the fake out. Yeah, we get Mold Breaker. So just double check. We still get Tailwind for a turn. So they're likely going to double protect here. So let's just go full. And yep, protect. And likely another protect from Rotom. Why wouldn't you? Unfortunately, not much we could have done in that space. We didn't have Cerulege to Swords Dance, but we brought the Tinkerton out. Could we have maybe swapped? Maybe went Cerulege this turn? No, because then they would have just acted. They only protected that turn because of the fake out. So now we're going to be pretty slow. Aerodactyl's going to be... That's fine. Aerodactyl, even if it Tailwinds this turn. We can't use Gigaton Hammer again though, which is annoying. So let's take this opportunity to get Garchomp in, and we can threaten Fake Out with Tinkerton later. Just going straight in for Dual Wing Beat. Righto. I guess with the speed, they don't really need control. They could either Lightning Bolt me here or Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump could do a bit. It's a fair bit of damage. Let's get Tinkerton back out. They're likely going to double protect again here. Yeah, I am not in a great position, and they've still got one in the back. Let's give... We still don't know what the third one is, which is annoying. We can't really lock into Earthquake with Aerodactyl and Rotom on the field. So let's lock into Rock Slide. Let's see what they decide to do. They might be gutsy enough and think Aerodactyl's faster than Garchomp, because I don't think I've had an opportunity to share that I was Choice Scarf. So we'll see if this catches them out. Yep, Fake Out. So Shell Bell, get a health back. That's fine. And there we go. That'll let them know that I am Scarfed. So we can hope for the flinch here. There's the Citrus Berry. Aerodactyl did flinch. Rotom still Hydro Pumped. But Hydro Pump into Tinkerton. Okay. We got the Fake Out off. So now we can look for Gigaton Hammer. And we still don't know what's in the back. Play Rough would be good here. And yeah, we're locked into Rock Slide now. So let's just keep hitting that and see where we end up. Yeah, all the Rotom avoided. We should still connect with the Aerodactyl and take that out. So Rotom will likely Hydro Pump again, maybe miss though. Hydro Pump is only 90% and I've lost my fair share of games to Rotom washes Hydro Pump miss, but doesn't miss, does connect. That'll take out Garchomp, which leaves my burned Tinkerton remaining on the field. So we'll at least get to see what their last Pokemon was. And we'll see if we stood a chance. It was Floette. so I mean we are still faster than the Rotom, so unless they go for a Lightning Bolt, we should still be able to get a Gigaton Hammer in to their Floette. Potentially. It was Mega Floette. So it was Aerodactyl with the Sash. There's the Fairy Aura. I get Fairy Aura. Oh, I'm faster! Crit! No crit. Crit bypasses... No, crit doesn't bypass burn. But it would have been good damage. It would have been enough. Because we did 65 on a normal attack. Whoosh. Alright, fair enough. If we weren't burned, Will-O-Wisp. That's the alternative majority Rotom Ross build, is to run Will-O-Wisp over Nasty Plot. There's lots of different versions. That's alright. We didn't move anywhere. Let's keep going. See who we get next. There's lots of things you can do during battle. I'm trying to think about all the things that they can do. What do you think they'll do? Obviously add bias to that as well. Let's see what we're up against this time. Alright, this is... it's very fire stacked, so I think we're likely to see either a Talonflame, Charizard lead. We're going to need Ceruledge for their Scissor, because I know the team is going to be hurting a bit if we can't get some fire out. And then it's discussion whether they've got a Celerock, but they've also got Como. We've got Tinkerton covering the Como. They're fighting Dragon. We've also got a bit of Garchomp in there. So I reckon Decidueye, and we just don't. I mean, they've got Tailwind, but they're not going to be able to get that off reliably with my Tinkerton and Garchomp lead. So I don't really have any hard counters for Tinkerton. So let's go no Mega. I don't think Pidgeot, although Pidgeot Flame Heatwave would have been another alternative to Scissor. But let's see how this plays out. We see Como and Talonflame, so you did kind of expect this. Was the likelihood of Sash going to be on that Talonflame? So let's Rock Slide, and we can have a look at... No. Not that one? Yeah. I mean, you could put it on a Dusk, Midnight guy. Alright, there's the Protect. We get the Fake Out. Let's hope for Rock Slide, Connect, Protect. And avoided. Alright. But they've lost Gale Winds now, so they are slower. So let's just clean up. We should be able to Rock Slide before they Tailwind. We do. That'll go Talonflame. Now the question is Como O faster than Tinkerton? No. No, it is not. And that is 4 times damage, so that'll KO. Alright, 2 down, 2 to go. Yeah, they've had a massive disadvantage from the lead. They've even got, they've stacked a lot of fire. So, Lycanroc is the name I was trying to think of. Alright, so yeah, more Rock Slide and a Gigaton Hammer on the Lycanroc, and that should be that. Yeah, new Mega Evolve. Look at that. It'll go Drought, it'll set up the sun, and then it will eat some rocks. Delicious. Yum, yum, yum. Yeah, eat some rocks. Bye bye. Or 1%. And that is with Adamant. So that might have been a 116 roll of leaving it on 1%. so I imagine it's going to be heat waving, and Tinkerton might go down, which would be an advantage, but no, it's going to Dragon Pulse. Still an advantage to have that crit. Alright, so we'll just swap into something with a bit of priority, like Ceruledge. But I've got no protection on priority, so we will just Shadow Sneak and we'll just protect. Unless they protect to drag it out a turn. I just pop that in there. Yeah, Shadow Sneak. 1 hit point. Game over. Alright. That's 2. We defeated Poncho. On to the next one. Okay, up a few ranks. Getting through the battle pass. So yeah, that was just good leads. They brought a lot of fire, flying. I brought very fast rock, so not much they could have done in that scenario. We're in a new scenario now. We've got Corviknight, Basque Legion, and Garchomp. Venusaur with no rain, so they're just rocking the grass poison. Sick. And I've got Sableye for very annoying. So, how are they for physical? Got 3 Fizz. You need Fizz to proc Ceruledge's weak armor, which could be useful here because they don't have a whole lot of priority. So let's do Ceruledge with Pidgeot to get some Tailwind going, and just put all of our Corviknight answers on the table up front. And we'll need something for the Basque Legion, which is really hard to counter for because, I mean, he might do the job, but then you've got Volcarona to deal with. So we'll go with Garchomp to try and deal with their Garchomp and maybe the Volcarona. And then they've got a bit of fire. We've got 20 seconds left. Let's just Decidueye. We can maybe try and just Shadow Sneak the Basque Legion out of existence. Who knows? Let us see. Alright, we get Sableye and Basque Legion up front. Sableye could be changing weather, so there's your sunny day, but that's a awkward combo. So we could Swords Dance here, and if they... Let's Swords Dance, let us proper gamble. If they flip turn, it procs weak armor, we get faster, they swap out to something else, they'll Sableye, set the sun. Well, they're locked in pretty quick, so let's see what we got. They're probably confident just to Wave Crash Ceruledge and leave it at that. Okay, Fake Out stops the Tailwind, and then Wave Crash into Ceruledge. Focus Sash procs the weak armor, we get ×2. Excellent. We lose defense, we gain speed. They lost 25%. And we get the Swords Dance off. And then yeah, Pidgeot. Okay, so we're double speed now, so that's good. Let's just Shadow Sneak and avoid any potential this, that, or the other thing. And yeah, I don't see why we don't really need the Tailwind now if we're gonna, unless we're up against other things. Yeah, I like Tailwind. Let's go. There's the +2 Shadow Sneak. Dead. Alright, there we go. Basque Legion has been dealt with. Sableye still has Prankster though, so we've seen Fake Out, On Call. Oh. Not Prankster? You've just encored me into the wrong move. But anyway. I'm confused. Well, guess that Sableye isn't Prankster. Because that should have... Oh... Is Prankster in the same... Is that in the same priority as Shadow Sneak? Alright, and we've got the Tailwind up now. So... if they... Let's... Oh yeah, I'm locked into Shadow Sneak. Fine. Then let's Shadow Sneak you, and we can Heat Wave if we think they're going to go for the Sun and double, or we can Hurricane. Let's Heat Wave. Heat Wave might surprise them. They might Sunny Day here, but no, they're going to Mega Evolve into Thick Fat. So Venusaur will lose Chlorophyll. Alright, so Venusaur protected. So the Heat Wave was good. Excellent. Because that covers both. I'm locked into Shadow Sneak, so no reason not to use that. Encored onto me, which will force me into another Tailwind. That's fine. So Shadow Sneak did a fair amount of damage then. And it is fast, so we're just going to do it again. We'll save Pidgeot, we'll come back. And do some shenanigans later. Let's get Garchomp in. Because if we can Shadow Sneak here, so we've seen Fake Out and Encore. Really? So yeah, we'll get rid of you. Done. Venusaur might go Earth Power on Ceruledge. Yeah. Excellent. Someone had to deal with Ceruledge sooner or later. So they're on 2, I've got 3. Probably don't have too many turns of Tailwind left, so what are they likely to bring out? Well, it's good I haven't revealed Heat Wave yet. They might still have Corviknight in the back. So let's Pidgeot in. Who do they got? Volcarona. Oh, alright. They're not in a great position because I can, and they Earth Powered last turn, and I can Hurricane both. So I am probably going to try and do, and then Rock Slide will pick up Volcarona and maybe go for Flinch. Yep, there's Protect. And Venusaur also protects. Okay, so they're just scouting. So, yep. Rock Slide, double protect. And so now it's advantageous to do something a little bit different. If I Tailwinded here, that would have been alright. But it's fine. So, something a little bit different. Yeah, we can do a single target Heat Wave if Rock Slide connect. I forced him to Rock Slide, so not really much I'm going to do. I can swap to Decidueye, but he's really not helpful in this scenario. Grass fighting, not great against poison and fire. So Rock Slide comes out, Volcarona avoids it. That's the one we wanted to actually hit, so not ideal, but we do connect with the Venusaur. Okay, so we've got complete speed control right now. But fire is not doing a lot because of the Thick Fat, so we see Quiver Dance come out. That'll boost its special attack, special defense. Venusaur did flinch though. And they got leftovers. Very interesting. Alright, so yeah, Hurricane was the better choice there. So let's Rock Slide again. We should still be faster than the Volcarona under Choice Scarf with the extra speed we invested in it. So they can Quiver Dance, they've got Earth Power, Rock Slide comes out, Rock Slide connects, Volcarona's gone. Venusaur hasn't done anything to change its speed, so the Hurricane should connect. And it does, not affected by Thick Fat, whoosh, down. Alright, 2 up. So team's not performing terribly. We've got some options. I personally prefer these types of teams because you just have answers and type advantages to different situations. So we'll do one or two more and then we'll wrap up the team, maybe try some singles at a later point in time, build a different team, make some modifications, get some feedback. There's all sorts of things we can do. But let's see who we get paired up against now. Ideally try and get at our Ultra Ball and into Master Ball. That'd be ideal. But we'll see how far the team can take us. Alright. Oh, Gardevoir and Gallade. This is a bit of a odd team. I mean, I don't know if you'd put Trick Room, but we've got a bit of Psychic, a bit of Fizz. So, what do we think they're going to lead? A Heliolisk? Skarmory? Should we just be safe and do Pidgeot Tinkerton? Having Garchomp in the back. We definitely need Cerulege for Skarmory. Are they bringing Steel? Are they bringing Flying? Maybe against Decidueye. What have they also got? Bit of Psychic. Yeah, Grass. Don't think Grass is going to do too much in this or Fighting, so we'll go with Garchomp as our fourth. And yeah, Heliolisk's biggest, Rotom Wash's biggest counter is Heliolisk, especially Dry Skin, Absorb, Water Absorb, and Electric. Yeah. So I got 4 seconds. I'm thinking Heliolisk and Skarmory, just because that's some weird single stuff, but who knows? This is the advantage of doing really obscure teams. It's very hard to try and predict what they're going to do. Alright, it's Gallade and Gardevoir. What an interesting lead. Am I worried about speed? Do I need Tailwind? I mean, we've got Garchomp in the back with Cerulege, so not overly. We got super effective on the Fighting Psychic, and we're expecting a Mega Gardevoir here, right? So we'll just fake that out. Okay, no Mega or Slow Mega on their team. Gardevoir Protect, so fake out into Protect, and then we'll see if Hurricane can take out old mate Gallade. Ooh, Ice Punch. Not enough. Didn't freeze? No freeze. Hurricane connects. Unless it's sashed. It is not sashed by Gallade. Alright, note that. That Gallade was either Choice Scarf or faster than Pidgeot. Mega Pidgeot, which is surprising. Alright, now the Helios comes out. We got Glare, Thunderbolt, others type shenanigans, so let's Gigaton Hammer into the Gardevoir. Helios can be really annoying, but also not really do much, so I think it may be whether we should have set up Tailwind, but I think Hurricane KOing Gallade, I mean, it would have been either way, trading blows. So expecting maybe a Thunderbolt from Heliolisk, doesn't affect Garchomp being ground. Gigaton Hammer comes out first. Also not Focus Sashed. What an interesting Gardevoir, Gallade, no Focus Sash, no Mega lead, just raw dogging it. And then yeah, Heliolisk is probably the one with the Sash then. So depending what they have here... Oh, they just left. Okay, cool fit. Cool, cool, cool. Could have locked Garchomp in Earthquake here, but it's fine. Not a drama. Don't need to see what their last Pokemon was. Alright, we're at a 3-win streak. Let's see if we can make it 4 and get to Ultra Ball rank 1. See, you'll always encounter teams like that. I think in all ranks, just people running some fun stuff that they enjoy. Power to them. We got mathematically calculated teams. Alright, so we've got Very Sand with Corviknight. So I'm definitely going to lead Pidgeot here against the potential... they're going to Corviknight or they're going to Sand? You definitely need Pidgeot, but I think Decidueye is going to be a good lead. Maybe with Rotom. Rotom Hydro Pump threatens some of the Excadrill. Tyranitar, maybe not so much in the sand. Yeah, let's do it. And then yeah, we'll need Ceruledge and Pidgeot to take the rest. Do we need Garchomp? Do we need Tinkerton? I mean, Tinkerton takes down Hydreigon, but are you bringing Hydreigon? Oh, I can never tell. I think this gives us a good coverage chance, depending on what they lead. Just have doubts they're going to go straight into Excadrill or Tyranitar, but I could be wrong. Tyranitar, Corviknight. Excellent. Beautiful. Couldn't have asked for much better. Because it does kind of prevent Corviknight from going into Iron defenses, unless they're just going to let T-Tar die. We don't have Protect on Decidueye, so we're just going to go for it. And not much threatens Rotom. I mean, they've got Body Press, but if we get a nasty plot up, this will easily sweep the game. Yep. Expected a T-Tar Protect. Maybe a Brave Bird come from old mate Corviknight, but no. Oh yeah, we got the triple arrows. So Corviknight's pretty slow. Oh, Tailwind. Interesting. Not many Corviknights run Tailwind. It's usually Body Press and... Alright, so we're just going to do the same thing again, or can we not risk it? I don't think we can risk it. We don't have any other fighting in the back. So they've got Tailwind. What am I? Grass. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, usually it's Iron Defenses and Body Press and Iron Head, Brave Bird stuff. I'm expecting now that they've Tailwind, they might go for a Brave Bird against the Decidueye. I maybe think Tyranitar's in a bit of a negative position here, but we're getting Decidueye out of there. And we bring in Ceruledge. It is going to be Mega T-Tar, so Decidueye can take care of that later, maybe once when there's the Rock Slide. Rotom avoided attack, that's excellent. That'll Sash save Ceruledge, and it will also proc weak armor, so that gives us +2. But let's see what the Corviknight decided to do. Corviknight went Iron Head into the position. Okay, so they were going to double Decidueye. But +2 Thunderbolt might do the trick here. Dead. Alright, cool. They're just going to leave Rotom to absolutely have at it. I'm on board with this. The Rock Slide was a handy miss. Is this... Well, we've got rid of the Corviknight now, which was one of Ceruledge's big things. All I had was an iron. Rock slide. No, I reckon let's put the pressure back on Tyranitar with Decidueye. Because if he's just going to rock slide, that's not going to do shit. So, now we've got the triple arrows, but we'll do that into Excadrill, because we've already tried to triple arrows the Tyranitar, so we'll mix it up a little bit. Adding a bit of chaos into your strategy is always a good thing. They've still got Tailwind up. We could just sit here protecting and stall out. But there's the Iron Head. Yeah, bit of damage. Cool. Rock Slide. Hopefully, no. And then we don't want to flinch, and we're good to go. Critical hit on the Rotom, but I should get my Citrus Berry now. Excellent. No flinch, no miss, just straight Hydro Pump +2. Bye, Tyranitar. And we should get the triple arrows out onto our friend Excadrill. Bang, bang, bang. There's the Focus Sash. Yep. That leaves it on +1. So we've gotten rid of the Corviknight, we've gotten rid of the Tyranitar. Excadrill's on a single life point, which we can Shadow Sneak next turn, so that's not a drama. Which means they've got Hydreigon left. Alright, so let us Shadow Sneak the Excadrill, and I mean, we can Thunderbolt. Hydro Pump's better or worse? No, we just Thunderbolt. What do we protect? I think we might protect. They're gonna... we'll Thunderbolt. They might double into the Rotom here, but the Shadow Sneak should take out the Excadrill, so all they've got left is Hydreigon, who might Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse. Or Rotom lives. 14 hit points, +2 Lightning Bolt connects. Does decent chunk of change. Excellent. And okay, also gets hit by the sand. Is anyone getting KO'd by the sand? No, everyone's just going to live on not a lot of life. And they forfeit. Excellent. Alright, well, that'll take us out of Ultra Ball. You can see the team's got a bit of mobility. I mean, probably could be a bit of work. I know the team might suffer a bit from rain, but that gets us out of rank 2 and onto rank 1. And 2/3 through rank 1. So thank you for tuning in. Until next time, take care and enjoy. Thanks.